Welcome to 365 Inspired Yoga Classes. My name is Janet. Today is day 58 and I am inspired by abundance. A lot of it. So let's get started lying on our mat. And I recommend for our practice today, since we're going to do an abundance of stretching, that you get a couple of blocks, a blanket, and maybe like a strap, which could be a belt from a necktie or a belt from your bathrobe or whatever you'd like. Have the strap nearby as you come on down and lie on your back. Whew. And as you come to your back, take up a lot of space. We are having an abundance of space and abundance today in our practice. Let your legs go wide and your arms out wide. Just really stretch out here on your mat. It's possible that this might hurt your lower back a little bit. It won't injure you, but if it causes any discomfort, you can place your feet on the mat with your knees in. Just find what feels absolutely wonderful in your body and settle in there. Take notice of your breathing, and let's take in an abundance of breath, a great big breath in through your nose. And then open your mouth out and let that air out. Do that again. You breathe in deep through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. One more round, inhale. Open mouth. Good. Let's begin to adjust and change. Go ahead and place your feet back on the mat if they're not already there. And windshield wiper your knees side to side. A nice, easy stretch for your lower back. Easy massage, feeling good. And then take your knees and draw them into your chest, giving yourself an extra stretch, an extra squeeze. From here, reach down, find the strap or the belt, and place it over the bottoms of your feet. Set your feet up high, putting one end of the strap into each hand. And you can take this as tight or as loose as you like. Just have an easy grip so you're not over pulling and just getting just the perfect amount of stretch for you. Your toes might rock forward over your head a little bit or stretch down a little bit toward the mat. Just kind of feeling yourself out here, what feels really great in your body. Rock your heels side to side a little bit, feeling the low back massage. And then with a loose grip on your strap, start to lower your heels a little bit more, just a little more open until you really get into the sacrum, the SI joint right there. It's where that little triangular shaped bone at the bottom of your spine interacts with the pelvis. It can be a really tender area, so easy with your body. Good. And then come on back up. Please release your left foot from the strap, laying your left leg flat down, or if the back is tender, left foot with the knee in the air. Take both ends of the strap into the right hand as close to your right foot as you possibly can, and then begin to open your right leg out to the right. Hip opener. I like to put my left hand on the left hip. Maybe you can try that and see if it helps you to keep your hips nice and level. Feel all that openness in the hip. Big stretch for the back of your hamstring. It's okay to bend the knee a little bit. Have an abundance of goodwill for yourself, kindness and compassion for your body. Do this in the way that works for you. Bring the right leg up, switch the strap into the left hand. I recommend a softness to the knee as you guide the right leg over your body into a twist. You're going to get a good stretch through the right hip. See if you can anchor your right shoulder to the mat as your right leg goes to the left. For more intensity, extend the leg straight. For a little more ease, bend your right leg. One more layer, turn your gaze to the right as your right leg goes left. That adds a nice extra twist for the neck. Bring your head back up to neutral, your right leg in the air. Let's take the strap off the right foot and slowly lower your right leg down next to your left leg on the mat. And just take a moment to notice, can you feel a little more length in the right leg than the left? It often feels that way, and it is that way sometimes because we're creating more space in the hip, and that gives us just a little bit more abundance of length in our legs. Maybe yoga can make us taller. I sure hope so. Let's take the left foot into the strap, sending the leg up, both ends of the strap into the left hand. Good. And then we're going to start to open the left foot to the left side, right hand on the right hip, keeping the hips level as you begin to open up. Feeling a good stretch in the inner left thigh, just breathing this extra opening, this extra stretch. feeling nice and open, feels good. It's okay to bend the knee. Do what you did on the first side to try to match it up as best you can. Bring the left leg up into the air, switch the strap into the right hand. I recommend a softness to the knees so that you're providing a little more ease as you draw the left leg over your body to the right. Now notice the left shoulder wants to rock up. You want to push the left shoulder back down, reaching the left hand out. It's okay to bend the left knee, or for a little more intensity, straighten the left leg. Your gaze might turn to the left to add your neck into the twist. Really feeling that big stretch. Take another breath here. And then release it, bringing the left leg back up into the air. Let's take the strap off and then slowly lower your left leg down next to your right leg. I'm hoping you feel a little more balance, a little more evened out. Take your arms and reach them overhead. Create a lot of length. Point your toes, stretch and reach. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, drop both knees into your chest, giving them a squeeze. Rock a little side to side. And then make your way to seated. There's two ways to get there. Rolling onto your side and pushing up is easy. Kicking your feet up over your head and rocking along the spine, a little more challenging, but find the way that works best for you. From there, we'll come into tabletop, and here I suggested a blanket. Let's take the blanket and put it beneath your knees. So you can be using some sort of a bath towel or a beach towel if a blanket isn't handy, whatever gives your knees just the right amount of padding. We'll do some stuff on the knees here. And then have your blocks close by, maybe placing them on the other upper corners of your mat. Coming back into tabletop, let's check our alignment. Send your wrists beneath your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Feet separate slightly back there. Let's flow through cow and cat. As you inhale, drop your belly. This is cow pose. Lift your gaze, lift your tail. As you exhale, round the spine, pressing your back toward the ceiling. This is cat. Flow through these two stretches, breathing in and out. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Do a few more rounds on your own. Just feeling your body stretching and strengthening. Do one more round of cow and cat, and then come back to nice neutral spine, nice and tall. Long through the spine, feel strong in your abdomen. Take your right foot behind you with your toes curled under. Press your right heel back, maybe just once, or maybe flow forward and back a little bit. That feels good. Hello, kitten. Let's shift forward, lift the right leg up, very strong. Shift onto the right palm. Try lifting your left hand. If it's too much, leave your left hand down. If it feels good, extend your left hand forward. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. Good. Place your left hand down. Place your right knee down. Let's do that on the other side. We're feeling nice and long through the spine, abdomen engaged. And send your left foot down and back to the back of the mat, pressing the heel back with the toes curled under. Either just holding that, or if you did it before, rock forward and back a little bit. Just enjoying the stretch for the left hamstring. Good. Shifting forward, lift your left leg up. Shifting onto the left palm, see if the right hand can lift. If you feel stable there, send your right hand forward. Your gaze is down on the mat, pulling the shoulders down away from your ears. Hold here, feel strong. Good, and then the right hand comes down, the left knee comes down. Excellent. Take your knees and spread them wide. Bring your big toes to touch and begin to push your hips back onto your heels. Stretch your arms forward, soften your forearms and forehead to the mat. Just pausing here in a resting pose, child's pose. Woo, just taking a few breaths here. This is a great stretch for your lower back, for your sacrum, for your thigh muscles. Alrighty, come on up to tabletop position once again. We're going to take the right foot to the back of the mat from tabletop, pushing the heel back for a little stretch. Shift forward, lift your right leg up, and as you exhale, bring your right knee up towards your right elbow. And then place your right foot down. You might have to work it forward a little bit. We want the right foot forward of the right knee. And you see how that is, just like that. And then bring your blocks inside of the right foot. So there's an opening, the right foot's way on the outer edge of the mat. And with the blocks forward, we're gonna push forward. We're really getting into the right hip, stretching the front of the left hip. If it feels good here, you might lower down to your forearms, just taking a moment here to stretch. Let your head hang heavy, pull your shoulders down from your ears. Just enjoy this nice, slow, and easy stretch. Good. Those of you that sit in a desk all day, this is an awesome stretch for that. Those of you that do a lot of other sports, like maybe hiking or walking or running, this is a great stretch. Biking. Come back up onto your palms. We're going to take the blocks up a notch. Toe wheel the right foot to the center of the mat and frame the right foot with your blocks, or maybe your hands. And push your hips forward, roll your shoulders down and back, lifting your gaze up. I think I'll take my blocks up a little bit higher. This is going to enable me to keep my shoulders lifted. Try it if you like. See what keeps your shoulders lifted, your heart space open. Good. Maybe even lifting your gaze. Slowing down a little bit here, just appreciating all these long, deep stretches. Alrighty, coming to the counter stretch, pulling the hips back, straighten the right leg. You might need to move your blocks back for stability. You can lower them down as much as you like. And bow down over your right leg. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. That feels good. Take a few breaths here. Now lift your gaze and begin to shift forward. Find that neutral kind of place and take the blocks if you use them to their highest setting. Let's move forward and back between these stretches 4 times. So as you breathe in, press your hips forward, lift your gaze. As you breathe out, pull your hips back, straighten the right leg and bow down. That's 1, 3 more. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, pull back. 2 more times. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, pull back. 1 last time. Breathe in, press forward. Exhale, pull back. Good. As you breathe in, shift forward, losing the blocks. Let's set them aside and make your way back to tabletop. That's a little awkward, so find your way. Let's do the second side. So we begin in tabletop, realigning here. Shoulders directly over wrists, knees directly under the hips. The left foot comes to the back of the mat. Push your left heel back. Good stretch. That feels so good. Shift forward, lift the left leg up, and then exhale as your left knee comes towards your left elbow. Place your left foot down and work it forward, walk it forward to the upper left corner of the mat. We're going to bring the blocks on the inside of the left foot. Your blocks have 4 different settings. You can decide how low you want them, maybe no blocks at all for you. As you press forward, you really get into the front of the right hip here, and you want to be mindful that the left knee is behind the left ankle, not in front of. That puts too much strain on the knees, so just shift forward and push that left foot forward as much as you can. Once you're there, decide for your body, does it feel compassionate and nice to come on down to the forearms? If it feels like it's accessible in your body, then go ahead and come on down. Oh, this was good. Nice stretch. Woo. Take another breath here. Let's enjoy this deep stretch. And then make your way back up onto your palms. Let's pick up the left block and toe wheel the left foot to the center of the mat. And then push forward and figure out what height allows you to roll your shoulders down and back. So this is too low for me. I need to roll my blocks up a little bit higher. And then my shoulders can roll down and back. My hips can press forward and I lift my gaze. And so I want you to try to get that heart open shape here if you can. Do what you can. Take good care. All right, counter stretch. I'm gonna pull the hips back. I'll take my blocks with me as I begin to straighten my left leg and bow down over the left leg, really getting to the left hamstring. Really feeling that good stretch. Take another breath here. And then lift up. I'm gonna move my blocks forward just a little bit, keeping them nice and hot. Rock and roll between these stretches 4 times. So breathe in, press forward, shoulders roll down and back. Exhale, round it out, bow down over the left leg. 3 more. Inhale, push forward, keep the heart lifted. Exhale, pull the hips back and stretch down. 2 more. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, pull it back. Last one. Breathe in, press forward. Breathe out, pull back. Good. On your next inhale, shift forward. Let's set the blocks aside and come back to tabletop position. From tabletop position, let's bring it back to child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touch, hips to heels, stretch forward. Good. Let's take this child's pose and create more space in the body Take your hands, lift your gaze, and walk your hands to the left. Now push your right sit bone back toward your right heel, and as you bow down, stretch through the right side of your body. If you've gone too far, just back it up a little bit. See if you can soften your forearms and forehead down. Good, lift your head up, lift your arms up off the mat, and walk your hands over to the right side of the mat. So as I stretch to the right, you'll notice my right sit bone wants to lift off my heel. So push your sit bones, your butt cheek back to the left side, and then soften down, stretching through the left side of the body. Relax your forehead, your forearms to the mat. And then lift your head up. Come on back up to tabletop. Here we go. Hands walk toward the center of the mat. And then we'll come to a nice, easy tabletop position. From here, curl your toes under. And exhale to downward facing dog. Pedaling out the legs here if that feels good. Making it a shorter dog or a longer dog is a little more challenging. From downward facing dog, take your feet as wide as the edges of the mat. Push your head back. Head hangs between the arms. Push your heart back towards your thighs. Now lift your gaze to the palms and place your left palm at the center of the mat. Reach under and see if the right hand can come to the left leg. That's challenging. If it hurts, don't do it. Good. Let's try the second side. So right hand where the left hand was, left hand reaches under, and we add that little twist to down dog. And then coming back to that more neutral downward facing dog. From here, walk forward. Be careful of that blanket. Just walk right over that blanket to the top of your mat. Leave your feet separated, hip distance or more. The blocks are right here. This could help. So let's take one block, place it kind of between the feet and forward. Take your right hand to the block and start to bend the right knee. Send your left leg long and straight, reaching the left hand up. Look up to the left. Big stretch through the left side of the body. Just breathe. Oh, it's intense. Second side, here we go. Take the left hand down, bending the left knee, straightening the right leg. Reach your right hand high. Really good. And then coming on back down. I'll set that block aside. Bring your feet together for an added challenge and round all the way upright to standing. Woo! Circle your arms high overhead, and then let's open it up. Take a backward bend, really opening your arms wider, creating a lot of space, a big heart opener. Rising back up. As you exhale, bow forward all the way down. Let's step the left foot to the back of the mat and walk your hands to the left, turning your toes inward into a wide-legged fold. If you find the blanket's a bother, you can always just take it out of the way as we really stretch forward. Hands on the mat, feet wide, toes slightly pigeon-toed in. And then create a nice flat spine. Place your left palm down right beneath your shoulder. Spine is flat and reach your right hand high. Good. Just enjoy this twist. Breathe it in. As you exhale, come on back down. Right hand down, left hand high. Join the twist. Good. Bring your left hand down. And then let's walk our hands back to the top of the mat, spiraling on the feet. Push off the left toes, step forward, and round all the way up to standing. Whew. Let's do that on the other side. Breathe in, circle your arms high. And as you breathe out, open into a back bend. Just let your arms float wider. Take another breath here. Press your hips forward, drop your head back. Breathe in, rise back up. Breathe out to bow forward. From this forward fold, we're now going to step the right foot to the back of the mat and start to spiral and spin to the right. Pigeon toe, both feet in slightly so the toes turn in, and just stretching down. Hi! Feels good to stretch the back of the legs here. From here, we'll add that twist, so create a flat spine. I'll turn sideways so you can see what that looks like. So my back is nice and flat. Let's start now with the right hand down and take the left hand high. So you open into that twist. Good. And then change it up. Put the left hand down, reach the right hand high. Nice. Both hands come down to the mat. Let me spiral back where I was. We're going to walk the hands to the top of the mat, spinning on the feet. Step forward to the top of the mat and round all the way upright to standing. Woo, that felt good. One more little series here and then we'll start to wind down. Let's inhale to mountain, reaching up high, and as you exhale, open into a back bend. Breathe in, right back up. Exhale, fold forward. From here, we're gonna just keep breathing as we step the left foot to the back of the mat, and then we're gonna rise up to a warrior one stance. So the right knee bends, the left foot is turned in slightly. Try to square your hips by pulling the right hip back. Reach up high, breathe in, and as you exhale, we're gonna open it up, turning to star pose. So turn to the left, turn your toes out, taking up a lot of space, really feeling abundant, and then sinking down into goddess pose, really taking up some space. Open your knees wide. Good, let's breathe in, stretch up. This is called star, 5 points, hand, hand, foot, foot, head. Exhale, goddess. Breathe in, star. Breathe out, goddess. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, take it back down. Good, as you inhale, rise up. As you exhale, let's turn it back. Whoop, pivot to warrior one, and then step forward. From here, breathe in, look up, exhale, back bend. Breathe in, rise up, and as you exhale, fold forward. We're gonna step the right foot to the back of the mat, pushing the heel down, and inhale brings us up to warrior one. Just kind of checking in, pulling the left hip back, right hip forward, just like we did a moment ago. Good, breathe in, and as you exhale, we're gonna open it up, straightening the legs, turn the toes out, 5-pointed star. Exhale, sitting into goddess, just sitting the hips down, drawing the knees wide, tucking your tail under. And 3 times we'll flow. Breathe in, stretch up. Exhale, sit down. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, bending the elbows, sit deep. 1 more time. Inhale up. Exhale brings us down. On your inhale, rise up. As you exhale, just pivot your feet so you're coming back to that warrior one pose. Good. Push off the back toes and step forward. Hands to your heart. Take a moment, just close your eyes or gaze down at your fingers and think of your life and where you would like to invite in more abundance. Do you need wealth? Do you need more time? Are you hungry and you want some food? Where are you inviting abundance into your life today? Breathe in. And as you exhale, open your eyes. Let's find one balanced pose. My favorite, I do it a lot. It's a great foundational yoga posture called tree pose. So as we come into balance, let's start with the left foot, turn the right foot out, and slide the right foot maybe to the ankle with the knee turned out, or slide to the calf, or bring the right foot to the inner left thigh. You make a choice what works good for you. If that feels good, then maybe grow branches, reaching your arms out, taking up a little space with the arms, feeling a lot of abundance right here. And then bring your hands back to your heart and lower your right foot down. Second side. Right foot is the foundation. Turn the left foot out. Maybe it touches the ankle, calf, or if you try to bring it to the inner thigh. This is always more challenging, like for me, to balance on. Maybe you notice that about yourself as well. If you're feeling it, extending the arms out in any way, take up some space, feel the abundance, breathe it in. As you exhale, your hands come to your heart space, and your left foot comes to your yoga mat. Fantastic. Let's flow. Inhale to mountain. You turn to the front of my mat. Exhale, back bend. Breathe and rise up. Exhale, fold forward. And from this forward fold, let's come all the way down and have a seat on the mat. So as you come to your mat, we're going to take a Shavasana or relaxation pose, really creating an abundance of open-hearted space. This is a great stretch for anybody who's sitting at a desk all day. You have 2 blocks, one for your head. I recommend the second highest setting, and then maybe one for your back, flat at its lowest setting. You can take this up for more intensity. You can take that down for more intensity, but you decide. Now what's important to me is as you come to lying here on your back, that you align the lower block right about where your bra strap is, right about where your shoulder blades, bottoms of those shoulder blades are. And you create that support for the head. You may find, oh, I want it lower, or I need it higher. You decide what works. If it doesn't work, then choose to lie flat on your mat. Once you're there, if your low back is tender, you leave your feet on the mat with the knees together. If you want to open the hips, creating even more openness, bottoms of the feet touch with the knees falling open, palms out to the side, or more traditional with the legs extended. So find yourself resting in a space that feels just right for you. And as you continue to rest here, notice your breathing and try to allow the breath to be natural and soft, but also full and open at the same time. So just breathing it deeply, but softly, a balance between effort and effortlessness. You can stay here as long as you wish, or if you're ready to come off the blocks, or when you are, roll off the blocks to your side. And as you either rest or come to seated, I would love to share an inspirational quote this is from Sarah Ban Brocknock, and it's called Abundance. Both abundance and lack exist simultaneously in our lives as parallel realities. It is always our conscious choice which secret garden we will tend. When we choose not to focus on what is missing from our lives, but are grateful for the abundance of family, friends, love, health, work, and the joys that bring us pleasure in life, our personal pursuits, the wasteland of illusion falls away, and we are able to experience heaven on earth. Thank you for sharing this abundant practice with me. Thank you for sharing our channel with your friends and family and leaving comments below. From my heart to yours, namaste.